Yes. So can anyone say the question? Just repeat the question. As
A
I
program to design the MCQ form by selecting the question number from the combo box. That question should be displayed in the text box. An option for the question will be displayed on the 4 radio buttons. Select
yes.
options and click on submit button to display the result in another text box.
Yes. So what exactly you are doing in this? What is our main task? Or the heading I can give for this?
Multiple choice.
Yes. So can I say it as to design a MCQ form? To design a MCQ form. Yes. Yes. So what is nothing but to design a MCQ form. Now, what are the requirements for designing? What is the first part they have said?
Text box.
Checkbox.
Text box. Yes. Why is a text box required?
To display the question, ma'am.
To display the question. Yes, you're right. So I require a text box to display a question. Fine. I got a question. Next.
A radio button, ma'am. To
I
display the
read
options.
radio buttons. Why do you require a radio button?
To display the options.
To display the option. So how many radio buttons is required?
4.
4, ma'am.
Okay. So let me take 4 radio buttons. So this will be displaying the result. Correct? Yes. Next.
And a button, ma'am. to
Button.
submit.
I need a button. Okay. What should I name this button?
Submit.
Okay, let it be submit. Submit. Yes. Next. Read the question carefully. Next. I have a question to be displayed in a text box. 4 radio buttons for my answer things. Submit button to click and check whether my answer is correct. If it is correct or if it is wrong, what should happen?
It should display on the text box, ma'am.
It is supposed to display on a text box. For that, what is the requirement?
Text box.
I need another text box to say whether it is right or wrong. Correct? You said everything, but you missed the very first statement. What is the first statement? Just read your question, the very starting of your questions.
Combo box.
You require a combo box. What is the necessary of a combo box? Why they have said combo box?
To select the question number.
Exactly, to select a question number. If you can see this form, a single text box can display how many questions? In a single text box, how many questions can you display?
A single question, ma'am.
A
1.
single question, correct? Now, if that is a matter, say for example, you have 10 questions. So should I repeat the same things, all these things, that is a text box and 4 radio buttons? Should I repeat for all the 10 times?
No, ma'am.
So that's the reason they have given a combo box. So in a combo box, you will select the question numbers. Based on the question numbers that are being selected, the particular question will be displayed in the text box and the related answers will be displayed in a radio button. Is that clear? The necessary of a combo box. Or else what should have happened? Very similar to your Google form, you should have created 10 text boxes with 10 10 into 4 radio buttons, right? So to avoid that, we are making use of this combo box. So we'll be giving the questions in this, and if you select that particular question, like for example, I'll give it as question 1, question 2, question 3, question 4. So if I select question 1 in a combo box, the related question That is the first question should be displayed in a text box, and related answers for that should be displayed in this 4 radio button. And if you click on submit, you need to get whether the first question answer is correct or not in another text box. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Now you said radio buttons. You said radio buttons because it's given in a question. Why only radio buttons? There's another option called as checkbox. Do you guys know that?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, there is another option called as checkbox. Why not checkbox and why radio button? What's the main difference between checkbox and a radio button?
We have to select the option, ma'am. So we are using the radio buttons.
Even in your checkbox, you can select the option. Let me, one second, let me run it. So that will be more better for you. I've not coded anything, so no questions will be displayed. Whatever the design part, I'm just running it. I need a main difference. Why are we supposed to use radio buttons only and not checkbox? They have given in a question saying radio buttons. So that's the reason you said radio button. If they had just given it as 4 options, required 4 options. So which one you would have selected?
Ma'am, in checkbox, we can select multiple options.
Yes, very good. Checkbox, you can select multiple answers, but when it comes to MCQs, it will be a single option that is supposed to be selected. So based on that single option, we will be saying whether it's correct or not. When it comes to checkboxes, if you have n number of checkboxes, all the n number of checkboxes can be selected. See, here only. So here, my question is supposed to display by default when I select something from a drop-down menu of a combo box. Fine. Yes. So when I select some questions which will be in this drop-down menu in a combo box, based on that question selection, I need to display the questions over here. The questions will be displayed over. Based on the questions, the answer should be present. Now, when it comes to, I just wanted to show the difference between a checkbox and a radio button. So when it comes to radio button, I have 4 radio buttons. Correct? Can you see what's going on? Whenever I select other radio button, what's happening?
It's just taking only one option.
The previous selection was deselected, correct?
Yeah, ma'am.
Radio button 1 I've selected. Now if I select radio button 4, the radio button 1 selection was deselected, right? When it comes to checkbox, was it? I've selected checkbox 1 and selected checkbox 2. Checkbox 1 selection was still there. So that's the reason instead of checkbox, we are supposed to make use of radio buttons. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Now, the next thing. So I need to enter something into this combo box. I need to enter something in this combo box. So I need to enter something in combo box so that it will be displayed for a user. So what can I do? I need to enter question 1, question 2, question 3 in my combo box, which will be displayed to the user. What should I do? Which property will make me to do that? Yes. The text.
Yes, ma'am.
Question. So can I give, like, you said yes. So I need like 3 questions. Can I give question 1? Enter will not take. So I give space and do it. It is not text. Text will only give the name for that particular combo box. It will only give the name for that combo box. To enter, please do mark this. This is supposed to be done in a design time itself. In a programming time, it will not be done. It will be done in a design time itself by changing a property of a combo box. So please do mark this. So for your combo box, you will be adding the items. It is called as items. You will be adding the items under a property called as items. So here, if you can see, in a data, under data, you have something called as items, which is nothing but a collection, which works as a collection data type. So you are supposed to insert your items in this property called as items. select an item, you get a selection over here. So it is a collection. That means it is belonging to data type called as collection. It's similar to structures arrays. It is a collection. So just click on this. It will pop up a new window where you're supposed to enter your collections. So it only says enter a string in a collection, one per line. So in this, I need to say question 1, question 2, and so on. Is that clear? Let me do for a few more. Question 3, question 4, and question. So this is how you will be inserting items to your combo box. Okay. So now let me run it. You had seen before inserting an item. Now if I run it, just check out how it works. So your combo box by default will be giving a drop down menu. If you can see over here, it has a small arrow, which means it is a drop down menu. Fine. So it is providing a drop down menu where I've inserted items that is nothing but question 1, question 2, question 3, question 4, question 5. So based on that selection, that will be a selection. It's a drop down menu where you're supposed to select the particular item. So it is displaying something called as question. So in this questions, if I click on this arrow, it is displaying the questions numbers. So it is nothing but when I just scroll this, can you see? It is providing a selection option. So it is highlighting something. So if I select question 2 has been selected, required to that particular question 2, I need to display a question in the text box. Very similarly, if I select question 1, if I select question 5, is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
So this completes your designing part. This completes your designing part where you are supposed to insert the questions into your combo box. Please to take a screenshot of this. Take a screenshot of this immediately. One second. There's not a, don't take 1 second. Checkbox is not necessary here. I just wanted to show the difference. Yes, this is what your exact design is. Yes, please do take a screenshot of this. So this completes your designing part. So this is an MCQ form where I'll be giving a combo box. Hope everyone are marking on that particular control, what control it is. So this is something with your combo box for the selection of a question. Based on the question selected, you will be displaying a text in this text box. This question in the text box and the related answers in the radio buttons. Once you click on submit, you need to get an answer here. Done with it? Can you go
Yes,
for
ma'am.
recording? Yes. Now, please do think and answer. Once I select something in this combo box, I'm supposed to display the questions and the related answers. I'm supposed to display the question and the related answers once the selection is done in a combo box. Next, based on the selection done on the question answers, based on the selections done on the answers and submit, I need to get an answer. So to which particular control should I do the coding?
Ma'am, combo box and button, ma'am.
Exactly, I need to do it for 2. Why? How combo box works?
Combo box, it will display the question as well as the answers, ma'am. And
Exactly.
submit will display like if it is correct or what, it will display in the text box, ma'am.
Very good. So if you select a combo box, it is supposed to display a question and the answer. If you select a button, based on the answer, it is supposed to evaluate the answer and give the result. Clear? Can we start with the coding then? So first, let me code for combo box. Let me code for combo box. Just double click on it. So if you can see, let me close this and even this. Yes. So combo box 1, the name says, and what is the event that is going on? It is working on what event? Is it working on click event or what? It's working on what event? Combobox is working on what event?
Scrolling, ma'am.
The event name is here. This is what the event is going on. It is working on selected index change. You need to select an item. Out of this, you need to select an item. The item which is in a collection, and it will be accessed in terms of its index. So that's the reason it is Combobox will be working based on the selection you do on the item for a particular index. Is that clear? So how your button works on click, the Combobox works on selected index. Is that fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. What will you code now? How will you code now? If you remember, when I run your program, the question was the one you changed the text property, correct? The question is just saying question because you changed in the question or text property, right? You remember that?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Now, if I do some selection, let me select it as question C. What it is saying? It is again giving on what property? It is displaying as question C on what property? It is again displaying on a text itself, correct? Are you getting it? So by default, it will be questions. So when I select that thing, this is nothing but your text box, text property of a combo box. It is nothing but a text property of a combo box. So whenever you get a question number on the text property, you need to display the related question. Clear? So I'll say if I need to give it as based on the selection, I need to check. That is, I need to say if combo box 1 dot text. That is, if the combo box 1 is displaying, if the combo box 1 is displaying, I need to please to remember this. I need to give the exact name of an item I have inserted. If I have given it as Q1, you need to give it as Q1 itself. If I have given it as question 1, I need to give it as question 1 itself. If I have given question space 1, the same thing should be given here. This is nothing but this, whatever I have given here. That is nothing but the one I have inserted in this. In items, whatever I have inserted. Can you get it? The same name should be, it's better if you copy this. Copy and paste it. The same thing should be used over there because it is supposed to match with that particular string. Clear? Clear with that? What exactly I'm trying to say in that?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So if it is question 1, I'll do it for only 2 questions. If it is question 1, what should happen? If I have selected question 1, what should happen?
Display the first question.
Exactly. It is supposed to display the first question where? On the text box dot text.
On the text
right?
box.
Yes, on the text box under a property called as text. It is supposed to display the first question. Let me give a very simple question like which is the capital of India? I'll give it as which is the capital of India. This equals. So in my text 1, I'll be displaying if the question 1 is selected. If the question 1 is selected, I'll be saying the question saying which is the capital of India. Later, what should happen? The question is made now displayed. Next,
Options, ma'am.
option should also be displayed. So for the button 1 dot text, because I need to display it in a button 1, let me give an option as some options like Pune. The button 1 will be displaying Pune. Button 2, radio button 2, let me display it as Delhi. Karnataka on button 3. And on the last button, let me say it as Chennai.
Radio
Button
button 4, ma'am.
Yes. Radio button 4. Fine. So this is done. So this works with what? This works for what?
Combo box, ma'am.
For first question in a combo box. In a very similar way, how many other questions you have, you need to say for that. So next, let me say if combo box 1 equals question 1, this is, else I'll give for only 2. I'll give for only 2. Else if, let me repeat the same things again. If it is 2, if it is question 2, if it is question 2, let me change as what is the, which is the national animal of India. Right? Are you getting this? Is this clear? I've made use of else if statements here. So in the very similar way, if you have next question, again put over with else if, continue with the next question 3. Else if question 4. Else if question 5 and the same thing. So let me show it only for question 2. Is this clear? Any doubts in this?
No, ma'am.
Yes. Now I'm done with the, let me just show how it works. I'm done with the selection of a question and the related question to be displayed on a text box. So let me go for question 1. Can you see what the change? Yes.
Yes, ma'am. It's been displayed.
Yes, ma'am.
So if I say question 2, so by default, without clicking on anything else, it is displaying the question and the related options. So what should happen next? What should happen next?
We should make
I
coding
need
for
to
button.
exactly. I need to evaluate the correct answer now. I need to evaluate the correct answer. That will be working with button 1. So button 1 based on the selection of a button 1. So what should I give now? Should I check only with how can I check now? Which all should I check? For question 1, the correct answer is, I need to check in that manner. How can I do that?
We'll assign the question 1 as an given answer, ma'am.
I'll assign the question as a given answer in the sense.
Like for question 1, this will be the answer. So like that we can do.
Can I check in this way? If I have selected combo box 1.text as a question 1, if I have selected a question 1, and if the radio button, let me check which is the correct answer in this. It is radio button 2. I have given a correct answer in radio button 2. So I need to say radio button 2, radio button 2 dot check. That means if it is selected. For the question 1, if the radio button 2 is selected, because I have given the radio button 2 as Delhi, that is the correct answer, right? Correct.
Yes, ma'am.
Then what should happen then? If you have selected a question 1 and if you have selected a radio button 2, then what should happen?
Displayed in text box.
I need to display in a text box 2 as what? As, sorry, text box 2 equals, correct. Else, it should be displaying as wrong answer. Clear? The same thing, I'll be giving another if condition for the second question. So if the question 2 is selected and in the question 2 I have given a correct answer, tiger is a correct answer, right? National animal of India.
Yes, ma'am. Radio button 1.
Yes, I've given a correct answer in radio button 1. If it is question 2 and radio button 1 is selected, then I'll give it as correct answer or else I'll saying it as wrong answer. So this goes on up to this if else will go on up to the number of questions that are being given. Clear? Can we run it?
Yes, ma'am.
Question 1 said which is the capital of India. So let me give it as Pune. Submit. Can you see? Question 1, I'll say it as Pune. Submit. So what is the answer I'm getting?
Wrong answer.
If I selected Delhi and submit, question 1, I would have Delhi. Submit. I think that's wrong answer. Question 1 and the radio button 2 checked. One now. Question 1, Delhi, submit. Yes. Question 2, submit. Tiger, submit. Yes. So I've just put everything under a single if. That is if else. So if you have next question, you can go for if else. So whatever the correct answers is, I'll put it together. And at last I'll say, if it is not that, then I'll go for wrong answer. Clear? Do check the changes. If the combo 1 is selected with the question 1 and radio button 2 is selected, which is the answer I've given, then that will be a correct answer. If combo box 1 is selected with question 2 and the radio button 1 is given, it will be giving a correct answer. Else, I'm giving a single else and I'm saying else it will be a wrong answer. Is that fine? Any doubts in this? Oh, please take down a screenshot. I'll be running it and showing it again.